Who would win? Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man versus Homelander from The Boys. Today we're settling this debate by looking strictly at feats. No power scaling. No statements. No popularity bias. Just what each character has actually done on screen. Now, Homelander is absolutely dangerous, and a lot of people seriously underestimate how powerful he really is. So let's clear something up right away. Homelander is faster than Spider-Man in travel speed. That part isn't debatable. But speed alone doesn't decide a fight. To figure out who truly wins this matchup, we're going to approach it in the most objective way possible. First, we'll ask, how can Homelander kill Spider-Man, and can Spider-Man survive it? Then we'll flip it. How can Spider-Man kill Homelander, and can Homelander survive that? Let's start with Homelander. Despite his overwhelming power, Homelander has almost no real combat experience. He's used to overpowering weaker opponents through raw strength and intimidation. More importantly, his insane travel speed does not translate into combat speed. In close-quarters fights, he relies almost entirely on brute force. And that's where the problem begins. Homelander has struggled to overpower Soldier Boy, someone Spider-Man would physically outclass. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man has restrained and immobilized enemies using nothing but webbing and raw strength, and he consistently tanks hits from Green Goblin. This is the same Green Goblin who could hold a cable car full of people with one hand without struggling, and Spider-Man not only survived his blows, he kept fighting. On top of that, Spider-Man takes repeated hits from Giant Sandman, whose mass and striking power are far beyond anything Homelander has shown. So while Homelander might try to intimidate Spider-Man with sheer strength, realistically, it's far more likely to go the other way. Now, you might argue that Homelander could use his speed creatively. For example, grabbing Spider-Man, flying into the sky, and dropping him from extreme height or even space. Sounds good in theory. But there's one massive issue, spider sense. Spider-Man would detect Homelander coming from a mile away. He routinely reacts to bullets, surprise attacks, and fast-moving enemies. He fights airborne opponents regularly, and his reflexes allow him to dodge threats long before they land. Even if Homelander tried a blitz, Spider-Man would evade, counter, and regain control of the fight. So what about Homelander's lasers? Turning this into a ranged fight seems like his smartest option, but again, Spider Sense and Spider-Man's insane agility make him an extremely difficult target to hit. He dodges automatic gunfire, explosions, and point-blank attacks on a regular basis. Landing a decisive laser hit is far from guaranteed. Now let's flip the scenario. How does Spider-Man kill Homelander? Spider-Man can take a direct approach and simply beat him down. Feat-wise, Spider-Man is stronger. Queen Maeve was able to draw blood from Homelander with a single punch, and Maeve herself stated she broke her hand trying to stop a bus. Spider-Man stopped a fully moving train and walked away intact. That strength difference matters. Repeated blows from Spider-Man would do real damage. Cracked bones, internal injuries, and eventually a fatal outcome. Homelander's main way to avoid this would be staying airborne, but Spider-Man can counter that with webbing, grounding him and forcing close combat. And once grounded, it gets ugly. Spider-Man is resourceful. He can weaponize his environment, restrain Homelander, and exploit openings. If something as small as a pencil can injure Homelander, imagine what someone with Spider-Man's strength, speed, and combat instincts can do. This isn't favoritism, it's experience. Spider-Man has fought enemies like Homelander before. Stronger, faster, more aggressive opponents. Homelander, on the other hand, has never fought anyone with Spider-Man's agility, reflexes, intelligence, and battle awareness. And when Homelander finally faced someone close to his own level of power, he didn't dominate. He ran. Now, to be fair, this isn't a guaranteed stomp. If we run this fight 100 times, Homelander absolutely takes some wins. A lucky laser hit, a successful grab, or a momentary mistake could swing things his way. But overall, I'd give Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man an 81% chance of winning. If you stayed until the end of the video, thank you. And if you enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.